Oh, the Champions League last night was really wonderful. It was brilliant. Barcelona versus Dortmund. Barcelona schooling Dortmund there with a 4-0 scoreline the first leg, and a 4-0 four goals advantage into the second leg. We all know that one's already wrapped up. You understand? There's nothing Dortmund can do in the return leg. You understand? Maybe they can just play for pride, playing at their home stadium, but qualifying into the next one is a much more tougher task for them. You understand? Two goals from Lewandowski, Rafinha, and then Yamin Lamar. So it's an impressive one for Lewandowski. He has scored 40 goals this season, and 40 goals in about 45 games. So that is impressive for Lewandowski. He's among there when it comes to goal scoring in Europe. So, and for Barcelona, it's a good one. It's a good one for them. And one thing that made me really happy in that match is see Ansu Fati back into the squad. Ansu Fati played, and it is a brilliant one. He came on for Lama, so for Yaman rather. Um, we know Ansu Fati how he came into the Barca team. When he was really young, but injuries really hampered his career. He even went out on loan to Brighton. He couldn't get minutes, and he's back to Barcelona. Even as Barcelona were trying to sell him off or loan him, but he remained adamant that he wants to play for Barca. That he's not going anywhere. He wants to fight for his shirt. And last night he was given the opportunity to play for a few minutes, and you could see the smile in his face back, and he was really happy. After the match, and good one for him. And for Barcelona, it's a good one. But the way Barcelona are going this season, they might not finish the season with a treble. They are top of the league, and they are into the finals of the Copa del Rey. They have already won this Super Cup, and the Champions League also. They might also qualify for the final. So Barcelona they're in good hands with Hansi Flick, and it's a good one getting that 4-0. You understand? So the pressure now is not on them. The pressure is on Dortmund to deliver. So good one for Barcelona. And then for the likes of Rafinha also giving 2 assists in that game, and scoring also. There have been a lot of shout out for Rafinha for the Ballon d'Or. But one thing for this is his best season in his career. He has been performing at top level, and kudos to him. He should continue like this. And if Barca eventually wins a lot of trophies, especially the Champions League, of course there will be a big shout out for him to win the Ballon d'Or. And for PSG versus Aston Villa, wow, yeah, it's an exciting game, and a marvelous one for that. Watching PSG play, when you watch PSG, the way they play football, you just enjoy football. You understand? They keep possession of the ball. They play those short passes, and the likes of Vitinha, the likes of João Neves, they know how to keep the possession of football. They control the tempo of the game. They know when to play fast, when to keep the game slow. And then, of course, they have exciting wingers, the like of Dzeko, Kvaratskhelia, and Dembele. These are exciting players that are flexible. They interchange positions at will. You can see Dembele at the right wing, you can see him at the left wing, you can see Dzeko at the right, left. But same thing for Kvaratskhelia. So it's really a hard one for any defense to mark these guys, because they don't stay at a particular position. They switch at all times. And for Aston Villa, they got that early goal, courtesy of Morgan Rogers, but PSG fired back just few minutes after with that wonderful strike from Dzeko. This guy has been showing this season that he's one of the best young stars in the world. He also did for France, scoring that decisive goal that took France to the Euros and to the Nations League semi-finals, beating Croatia in the penalty. So you could see even against Liverpool, he scored the decisive penalty also. So this guy that when you watch him play, he reminds you of Neymar, with his tricks and his skills and all that. So for PSG, they're in good hands. For Luis Enrique, taking PSG from where PSG was without an identity, without a style of play, and now PSG they have a style of play. They have a certain profile of players that fit into that structure. And even if PSG don't win the Champions League this season, it's just a matter of time. If they continue like this, they will eventually win the Champions League. But you can't write them off this season. You can't write them off this season. Kudos to them. They won 3-1. At least they have that 2 goals advantage going into the Villa Park next week. And for Aston Villa, it's a much tougher task for them right now. So it's a much tougher task. Had it been the match ended 2-1, maybe you could tell, okay, there's a glint of hope. But right now, 3-1, 2 goals up. So if they come out to play, we know how this PSG team play. They can hit you on the tank, on the counter. The likes of Dembele, Kvaratskhelia, and all that. They'll hurt you so bad. So it will be a tough one for Aston Villa and Unai Emery. But let's see how the second leg goes. But for PSG, everything is set for them, to go to the finals. If they qualify for this one, they'll be facing either Real Madrid or Arsenal. So it's a tough task. But for me, my money will be on a PSG too. I would love them to win this Champions League because they have really tried. You understand? So they have tried all they could to win the Champions League. And maybe luck my fall on them this season. And the last time when they played the finals, they lost to Bayern Munich 1-0, courtesy of Kingsley Coman's goal. But let's see how this one goes. But for PSG, they're a very, very good team to play and a hard one to play against. When you watch them play football, you just enjoy